Aquarius, welcome to your October 2016. This is a mid-month reading for October. So I shuffled out the cards already, excuse me, and let's just go right into your reading. You've got some really, really good things about overcoming challenges and, letting the past go. So I feel like this is the next 2 weeks aren't going to be too problematic, but I do feel like, this overwhelming sense of like finality, okay? So first of all, there is we have the Ace of Rods and is wedged in between two court cards. So what it's telling me here is that there is somebody in your life for many of you, and you have a very strong sense of passion for. Okay, so this is somebody that is stirring your passion. This is somebody that's coming through, and it indicates to me like new passion, new love, new sense of excitement, and that overwhelming butterflies in your stomach. So you have somebody that is stirring these feelings, that is bringing these reactions out of you. And as an air sign, it's not often that somebody can reach you on that emotional level. But I do feel this is somebody that you really, like it's like having the hots for somebody, feeling very excited to hear from someone. And for some of you, this can be, like it can play out as an air sign, an earth sign, water sign. I'm getting all signs, but I feel like this is somebody that is quite prominent for this month. Now, what I'm also feeling is there might be some stop-go type of energy associated with this person. First of all, I see a geographical rift. Okay, so I see you facing one another, but there are some challenges to getting things off the ground. So if you are an Aquarius female, I feel like you are very, very, very financially stable. And if you're dating a male, I feel like that person might not be on your level financially. And I feel like the main constraint might be the financial issues. He is out there trying to, build up his financial foundation, whereas you are already set. So I feel that these two challenges, and on top of that, there's this almost feels like a geographical distance between the two of you. It's making things very, very difficult, but I do see you looking at each other and, longing for one another and really liking one another quite a bit. I do see a lot of physical chemistry, okay? And then for others of you, just general Aquarius, I do feel that you or your partner or whoever it is that, this person that you really like, there are some challenges either geographically or financially. So if you are an Aquarius male, your partner might not be making as much money. So they're scrambling, their time, their resources are tied up into other avenues. So because of it, it's making things a little bit challenging for this relationship to come together in a stable way, okay? However, what I do sense is happening here is that I see you both formulating a plan. I see you both trying to, work things out so that can be together. But at the center of the spread here, we do have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords indicates to me that I feel like some of you are just like, why are my relationships always so complicated? I honestly feel that. I feel like you don't know whether or not you've been cursed, like to have, difficult relationships for a reason. So a lot of you are just like, why is it always like this? I meet somebody great and there are always some type of problems. Why can't things just be smooth? Why can't things just be normal? So I feel like a lot of you are just like, how do I get myself out of these, how do I like find somebody that is just where the relationships can just be smooth? So the Eight of Swords is a stuck energy. It's a very frustrating place to be where you have to wait on another person. You have to wait for certain things to fall into place before the relationship can move forward, okay? And I'm sensing that a lot of you are, like once you become really attracted to or become, smitten by somebody, it's really hard for you to focus on other things. So my advice here is this person feels the same way. I do see a lot of reciprocity. So I would advise you, they're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. And so try to be more productive with your time and divert your attention elsewhere, because I feel like you're so wrapped up, you're emotionally destabilized as a result of this. And you're trying to find a solution, and there isn't really a solution. It's just telling you to wait, things will get better, and just wait it out. So I feel like, a 2 months period, I know that's frustrating to hear. So I'm thinking, October and then November. So it says like a 2 months period, and then there's going to be, coming back together, and things are going to smooth themselves out. Okay. So that's what I'm sensing, and it's a little bit frustrating for you to deal with. And I feel like the other person, they really like you, and I'm seeing somebody who is very, very attractive. Okay. And I know for Aquarius, you don't really care. You like people who are a little bit eccentric, intellectual, and you like people who are exciting and interesting. But for some reason, I'm getting that this is a very spiritual person. They are very creative, and there's something different, something exotic about them. So I'm feeling like they love animals. They yeah, they love animals. They're stably employed. So they might not make a lot of money, but they are stable. And a lot of people like them as well. So they're, very social, very exciting to be around. So that's what I'm sensing here. The other thing that I'm feeling is that for some of you who are thinking about, like a new property, buying property, purchasing, renting, or thinking about geographically where you want to be and where you want to live, I definitely feel like at this point in your life, even those who are single, I feel that you're searching for more out of life via, like meaningful relationships, meaningful life partners. I feel like you're at a point where you are just like, where do I go to meet, people that are in alignment with me? Where do I go to just expand my social circle? Where can I go to branch out and have, like a more exciting life? So I feel like you're ready to break out of your rut, and you're ready to explore, and you're ready to let new people in. And I don't feel that's going to happen until, November. But I feel that you're at a point where, you just want to really extend outwards, okay? And that means letting people in, I guess expanding your social circle base, okay? And then I feel like for others of you who have left behind, who has dealt with some heartache, especially in September, where there might have been a separation, a permanent severance or something like that from with another person, I feel a lot of healing, a lot of, like it is what it is. I'm willing to accept it. I'm finally not going to control it anymore. Leaving it to the hands of fate and see where things go. So I feel like you're ready, or you have come to the point where you are accepting that if this person doesn't want to be with me, if they don't want to invest the time, if they just don't contact me, I'm going to let them walk away. So I feel, this overwhelming sigh of relief, and you are releasing all of these things that you were trying to control, okay? So first of all, I feel like relationship partners that you were trying to control. Trying to be, you were really, really hard on yourself when it comes to work, trying to do work a certain way. You were trying to control that, and it was like slipping through your fingers. And then others of you, like just life circumstances, it was all about control. And now you're like kind of like relinquishing control, because I feel like a lot of you are just really mentally very, very tired. You want to just, go to bed and listen to some music and just let, things be. So I feel over generally, emotionally, this is the next 2 weeks is going to be very, very nice, very smooth. And I see a lot of, good times, communications and things like that with a significant other that you are really smitten by. And I do see, like, financially, you're working a lot too. So I feel like you're trying to build up your financial base. You are looking at, extravagant expenditures or spending that you have done in the past, and you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. So I feel like you're straightening out your checkbook, and you're straightening out things from your own life. Okay, I see a lot of like cleaning up, putting things away, and I don't think that you like cleaning up. A lot of you are just naturally clean. I feel like with Aquarius, it's like it's one or the other. You're super clean or you're super messy. I don't see variations in between. So I feel like for those of you who are super messy, you are cleaning up. You are like cleaning up after yourself. You're doing the dishes. I see a lot of house maintenance, cleanup types of energy. And then for the neat ones, I feel like I see a lot of like, you know, sorting out like sorting through old things and getting rid of them. So I do see a lot of release, you know, like it's an overwhelming positive energy. And I do feel this energy is going to permeate all through November too. So I feel like emotionally you're in a very, very good state of mind. I see a lot of people working with clients. So this is self-employed basis. Financially, things are really going to pick up for you by the end of this month. Watch your spending for this month. I see things coming, like slipping through your fingers. So watch for extravagant spending, okay? I see a lot of you might be contemplating, like there's a woman or like I can't tell if it's a woman or a male, but I feel more of a feminine energy. Somebody who is darker skin, that is coming through for you. Somebody who is going to ask you a few questions here and there, and you might not know how to react. Okay, I don't feel like it's bad. I feel like it's a friend, and you're very smart people, so you would know how to navigate these social nuances. But I feel like a lot of you, there's a woman, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Um, I don't know if it's a romantic interest or a friend or a lover. There might have been some distance between you and this earth sign in the past. There's some type of coming back together, okay? And there might have been like years of distance or geographical distance, but I see some coming back together. That's going to be very harmonious. This person is actually very good at giving advice, so I would trust it, okay? So Aquarius, the next 2 weeks, very busy for you guys, but I do feel like, you know, you have somebody that you are constantly communicating with, and you're quite content, quite happy, and, you know, relaxed. I feel you relaxing, okay? So great energy for you. Have a very wonderful Halloween. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.